Goulash is more than just a stew. It is a warm hug in a bowl, a comforting dish that tells a story of family and tradition. In the regions of the former Yugoslavia, every home has its own special way of making it, a recipe passed down through generations like a treasured secret. This isn't the light, soupy goulash you might know. Yugoslavian goulash is a rich, thick and deeply satisfying dish, where tender pieces of beef fall apart in a velvety paprika-infused sauce. It's the kind of food that fills the kitchen with an irresistible aroma, promising something truly wonderful is on its way, making everyone feel instantly at home and cared for. The popularity of this dish across the Balkans is no mystery. It is simple food, made with humble ingredients, yet it delivers a richness of flavor that feels utterly luxurious. It represents a beautiful blend of culinary influences, a testament to the region's history. This goulash is the centerpiece of Sunday family lunches, the perfect meal to come home to on a cold day, and a dish that always appears at celebrations. It is food for the soul, designed to be shared and savored slowly, allowing the conversation to flow as freely as the delicious sauce over a plate of soft mashed potatoes or noodles. Preparing goulash is a gentle, unhurried process, a ritual that I find incredibly soothing. It asks for a little patience, but the reward is immense. The magic happens as the ingredients slowly melt together in the pot, transforming from simple components into something complex and wonderful. The slow cooking is key. It's what coaxes the beef into submission, making it melt in the mouth tender, and allows the sauce to develop its signature deep red color and profound flavor. It's a dish that cooks itself, really, leaving you free to potter around the kitchen, glass of wine in hand, anticipating the feast to come. This isn't just about feeding people, it's about nurturing them. There is a certain kind of love cooked into every pot of Yugoslavian goulash. It speaks of generosity and welcome. You don't make a small pot of goulash, you make enough for friends who might drop by, for leftovers that taste even better the next day. It's a dish that embraces you completely, a culinary expression of warmth and hospitality that is so central to the culture of the region. And now, I want to share that feeling with you, right here in your own kitchen. Let's make something truly special. To begin our culinary journey, we must first gather our cast of characters. The beauty of this recipe lies in its simplicity, proving you don't need a long list of fancy items to create something magnificent. First and foremost, you will need good beef. I suggest about 1 kilogram of beef chuck, cut into generous, bite-sized cubes. This cut is perfect as it has enough fat to keep it moist and becomes incredibly tender during the slow cooking process. Then, the foundation of any great goulash: onions. You'll need a lot of them, at least 4 large ones finely chopped. Don't be shy with the onions, they melt down to create the sweetness and body of the sauce. Next, we need the elements that will build our rich and flavorful sauce. A small tube of concentrated tomato paste, about 2 tablespoons, will provide a deep, savory base. You will also need about 500 milliliters of beef stock or simply water. Either will work beautifully. For the vegetables that add freshness and texture later on, you'll want 2 beautiful ripe red tomatoes, chopped, and 1 vibrant green bell pepper, also chopped into lovely, similarly sized pieces. And of course, a little oil or lard for cooking. About 3 tablespoons should do the trick. It's a simple lineup, but together they create magic. Now, for the star of the show, the ingredient that gives this goulash its soul, the paprika. You will need a generous amount, about 3 heaping tablespoons of sweet, high-quality paprika. If you can find fresh, vibrant paprika from Hungary or a local Balkan delicatessen, it will make all the difference. Its bright color and sweet, slightly smoky flavor are essential. Alongside the paprika, we need just a pinch of salt and some freshly ground black pepper to season our creation perfectly. These simple seasonings will enhance all the other flavors, bringing them together in perfect harmony. Finally, think about what you will serve this glorious stew with. I adore it with creamy mashed potatoes, which are perfect for soaking up every last drop of the exquisite sauce. Soft wide egg noodles are another classic and wonderful choice. Or for a simpler approach, a chunk of crusty, fresh bread is all you need to mop up the plate clean. Having your chosen accompaniment ready means that when the goulash is finally cooked to perfection, you can serve it immediately, ensuring it is enjoyed at its absolute best, steaming and fragrant, straight from the pot to the table. Now, let the gentle kitchen dance begin. Find your favorite heavy-bottom pot, one that feels comforting and sturdy in your hands. Place it over a medium heat and add your oil or lard, letting it warm up until it shimmers invitingly. Now, add all of your finely chopped onions to the pot. This is the first and most important step. You must cook them slowly, stirring occasionally, until they are soft, sweet and translucent, almost melting into a golden paste. This can take a good 15 to 20 minutes, but please don't rush this part. This sweet onion base is the secret to a truly great goulash sauce. Once your onions are beautifully soft and jammy, it's time to introduce the beef. Turn up the heat a little and add the beef cubes to the pot. Your goal here is to brown the meat on all sides, searing it to lock in all those delicious juices. You will hear a satisfying sizzle as the meat hits the hot pan. Don't overcrowd the pot. If you need to, do this in 2 batches. This browning process creates a wonderful depth of flavor, leaving little caramelized bits on the bottom of the pot that are pure gold. This is where the real flavor building begins, a crucial layer in our masterpiece. When the beef is browned, turn the heat down to low and add your glorious paprika. Stir it into the meat and onions quickly, letting it cook for just a minute until it becomes wonderfully fragrant. Be careful not to let it burn, as it can become bitter. Immediately after, pour in the beef stock or water and add the tomato paste. Give everything a good stir, scraping up any of those tasty brown bits from the bottom of the pot. Season generously with salt and pepper, then bring the liquid to a gentle simmer. This is the moment it truly starts to look and smell like goulash. Now for the final act of this slow dance. Cover the pot with a lid, turn the heat down to the lowest possible setting, and let it simmer gently for at least 2 hours. Patience is your dearest friend here. After 2 hours, check the beef. It should be starting to get tender. Now add your chopped fresh tomatoes and the green bell pepper. Stir them in, put the lid back on, and let it cook for another hour. By the end, the beef will be falling apart, the peppers will be soft, and the sauce will be thick, rich, and a magnificent deep red. What truly sets this Yugoslavian goulash apart and elevates it from a simple stew to something sublime is the devoted use of paprika and fresh vegetables. It's not just an afterthought or a sprinkle for color. Paprika is the heart and soul of the dish. Using a generous amount of high-quality sweet paprika imparts a unique flavor that is earthy, sweet, and deeply warming, without being spicy. It's this signature taste that instantly transports you to a family kitchen in the Balkans. It stains the entire dish with its beautiful, rich, ruby red hue, a visual promise of the deliciousness within. The addition of fresh vegetables towards the end of the cooking process is another stroke of genius. While the onions melt away to create the sauce's body, the fresh tomatoes and green peppers, added later, retain some of their character. The tomatoes break down just enough to add a touch of bright acidity and sweetness, cutting through the richness of the beef. The green peppers become soft and tender, lending a subtle, almost grassy freshness to the finished dish. This combination creates a beautiful balance of flavors, deep and savory from the meat and onions, sweet and smoky from the paprika, and bright and fresh from the late addition vegetables. This dish is a testament to how simple ingredients, when treated with care and cooked with patience, can create something truly extraordinary. It's a celebration of slow cooking, of allowing flavors to develop and deepen over time. The magic is in the process itself, the slow sautéing of the onions, the careful browning of the meat, and the long, gentle simmer that brings everything together. It is a dish that cannot be rushed, and that is part of its charm. It teaches us to slow down, to enjoy the act of cooking, and to anticipate the pleasure of sharing a meal made with love. Ultimately, Yugoslavian goulash is so much more than food. It is a catalyst for togetherness. It's a dish made for sharing, for ladling into bowls and passing around a noisy, happy table. It brings families and friends together, warming them from the inside out and filling the home with comfort and joy. Each spoonful is a taste of tradition, a bite of history, and a reminder of the simple pleasure of a home-cooked meal. It is a culinary hug that says, "Welcome, you are loved," and that truly is the most wonderful secret ingredient of all.